Right, so I've done a bunch of failed streams and now the video has failed because I don't have storage. So I'll be uploading the video after this, so please watch the video before you watch the past stream, which will be uploaded as a video. So just watch that video. Watch the second video first if you haven't already. If I remember, there'll be a link in the description. So, I'm just going to carry on from what I was saying, so if you're not watching the other one, then you're just going to watch it partway through. Hope you don't mind. Anyway, the reason the toxic shotgun might seem like the toxic lasts longer might be because it's got lower damage, so the toxic does have to finish you, which means that's why it's third and not first. So then, in number 2 for annoying shotguns, we have got the post double barrel shotgun, mainly because it's a lot easier to get, free-to-play players can get it, still got all the upsides of these shotguns that I find annoying. Great range, well, way too good a range, way too high damage, and some sort of incredibly strong elemental. So, that's just gonna hit you from afar and you're gonna be taken down really quick. And the reason it's not the post shotgun is because 1, toxic's stronger, and 2, it's cheaper to get, and it's cheaper than the post heavy skull, not shotgun. Well, it is. It's one of the cheapest, so a lot of people are gonna be like buying that instead because they can't be bothered to grind for the heavy skull, and get that instead, and then just be a monster on multiplayer. And then for the number 1 most annoying shotgun is Fire Spatter. This has got the highest, I think, the highest damage from one shot, no matter the range, and it's got impeccable range like all the others. It's fire. A lot of people tend to use it on zombies as well, so they'll steal your kills on zombies, which is annoying, I know. And then, on top of that, because it's similar to the Fire Spitter, it's got a higher appeal, which means it's used more, and it can be used in fire events, such as the current one on at the moment. And you'll just have people camping on a roof miles away, and they'll pop you off with it from afar. So, that's the top 5 most annoying shotguns. And then after this, yes, we have, going on to my notes, top 5 handguns. Like I said earlier, you can see these, but I don't mind because I just want to talk about it. I'm not really doing it as a big reveal. So at number 5, we've got the bubble launcher, which is like the Fire Spitter but water, and it fires lots of bubbles everywhere. Now, to be honest, with handguns, I kind of found it hard because there's not many annoying handguns. And that's also kind of cool because handguns are my favourite weapon type, along with SMG assault rifle weapons. So, the reason this is here is because the amount of bubbles it can output, each and every one typically being an insta-kill, and it slows you down if not, and it's just the amount of them is insane. Furthermore, it's got the active skill of popping them all, so if you're stood near it and then you're not going to go past and you're just waiting for the bubbles to despawn, someone can just blow them all up and that's you done. And then also, the size of the bubbles is insane. They can, with about 4 bubbles, you can block, this doorway right here, probably, if you place them well. And with the rapid fire of bubbles, you can fill it up in no time. So that's why that's there. It's pretty strong. But, to be honest, you don't see it much. It's not that bad. Like I said, it's kind of hard for me to find a lot of, handguns. So that's why that's like that. I might go with revolver gun. I'll do this one and then I'll go back to the revolver gun. So, number 4 for annoying handguns, I have selected the Tompkin 4.5. Now this is one where I think a lot of you guys will disagree. If you do, that's fair enough. Comment what you think should be changed or your opinions. And also, if you've not seen the video, I did say, don't be offended because these are just what I find annoying. I don't diss people for using the guns. I understand why people use the guns, but these are just ones I find annoying. So, yeah, the Tompkin 4.5. You don't really see it much. It was a hard to obtain gun this year. I think it was summer they gave it away. They did give it away previously in Diamond Eater Wars, which is where I got mine, which was actually my favourite event this game's done so far. But yeah, that was my favourite event. I've already said that. Yeah, this gun's pretty strong. It's a one-shot. It has one in its mag. It's alright reload. And it's got the frying pan skill, which is a one-shot melee attack. So, the reason this is here, you can see quite easily. You just fire, it reloads, you fire again. You go. But the reason it's fourth and not like first is because it doesn't really work well with speed loadouts. Oh my god, that's legendary. Happy New Year! Yeah. Is because it doesn't work that well with speed loadouts, which isn't a problem for me because I'm not a speed-based player. But it seems to be the most occurring type of loadout within this game. It's oftentimes speed-based. So people will be running around really fast, and then they miss a shot, they've got a not that fast reload, they miss their frying pan, they're done for, or they're too far away to do the frying pan. And then you can hit them and take them down. And with a lot of weapons being one shot anyway, there's a lot more better choices, such as the fire spatter, that can just annihilate you without any drawbacks, like the Tompkin. Although I do see why others would put it as like the #1 most annoying handgun. And to be honest, I was kind of contemplating having it a lot higher up, but in the end I chose not to for those reasons that I've just given. Right, so for the third handgun we have the dual water pistols. Now, these aren't really horrible. I wouldn't say they're OP by any means. It's just that with the high access and the high usage, people are going to be getting taken down with them a lot, so then people buy them a lot, and because it's free to play, easily accessible, especially through certain events where they get discounted even more, people are going to be like, wow, get the gun. Loads of people have the gun. I'm pretty sure almost everyone has the gun. If you don't and you're a new player, I don't know, get it if you want, feel free. But yeah, the reason it's high up is because of the amount of people who have it and openly use it as their most common weapon. Also, with things like, I can't remember the name of it, but I have a jacket that I used to use with it, where it increases fire rate. It makes the thing a monster that shreds through players. On top of that, it's got water effect, which slows people down, and lets it get more use in certain water events, such as this one, where it's fire and water, or just ones where it kills with water. So it's a good weapon. It's very strong. It's free to play, accessible, used in a lot of events. It can just be it's good enough to be used even if it's not an event. So because it's that good of a gun, and yeah, loads of people use it, and rightly so. I mean, I used to go, well, I wouldn't really say a lot, but I went through a mini phase of using it. It is kind of fun, mainly because I missed using the dual pistols because they're so weak now. But yeah, it's a great weapon and it's really accessible, so that's why that is third. So then for #2 on handguns, we have the poison handgun. Reason being, it's got a decent amount of range. It's all around decent, I'd say. Decent damage, decent range, decent ammo, decent reload. The only thing that puts this above the rest is poison. The reason fire isn't here because fire has great range, it's just not very strong. And yes, it's accessible, but I've only seen 2 people use it. Only one of them was a new player. So even new players don't seem to be using it that much because the damage isn't that great, and the fire needs to be stronger for it to be used more. And I'm not saying make fire stronger, please do not. There's too many fire guns at the moment. But I'm just saying the reason people don't use it is it's really not got any damage. So the poison handgun is pretty much the same, but it's got poison, which whittles foes down instantly, and they can't get saved by things that save them from one-shots, as poison doesn't count as a one-shot, as it's a long-lasting effect on the player. So people will just get hit by poison, get taken down instantly, pretty much instantly, and with a good range. This handgun did get quite a lot of use when it was getting sold cheaper for real money. So that's why that's second, and first place probably won't surprise you. I've gone for the Fire Spitter. Now the Fire Spitter everyone knows pretty much. If you don't know, you've probably seen it, you just don't know it's called the Fire Spitter. Small little flamethrower kind of gun, fires a beam, incredible range, incredible damage. I'd say too much damage. And speed loadouts because of auto lock-on on the weapon. Everyone just goes max speed, just runs, holding fire down because of, like, I think it's got 100 shots a mag. Because it's beam-based, and beam-based weapons often have a lot of ammo. So people non-stop fire that, it'll latch onto someone. Fire does slow down as well, so it'll slow them down so they can't escape, and just take their health down so fast that they can't. A lot of the time people don't even have enough time to react. And yeah, so that's my top 5 most annoying handguns. As I was saying, you don't really see most of them because handguns aren't really OP. And I like that because handguns are my favourite. I especially like the silenced one where you can do fake death, and the dual silenced pistols are cool too because I like dual handgun weapons, along with dual revolvers. I like them. So I'll just quickly switch onto my notepad so we can see the next one. Top 5 bows. Okay. So for the 5th one, you'll have seen all 5. I don't mind. I've gone for the medic crossbow. Reason being, it used to get used earlier in the year, and it was kind of annoying. People would just be sprinting around with a medic jacket, which is a very high endurance piece of equipment. I don't actually know what it does. I just know that it keeps people alive way too long. Please, like, nerf that if you can. Digital entertainment. But yeah, it's Digital Legends, isn't it? Sorry. But yeah, it's way too strong. But anyway, that's not the point. I think it got sold with that, so people were buying the whole thing and just using it right instantly. So, you know, people like, oh, medic jacket, oh, I guess I'll use the gun. And they're finding they'd like it because you can run around fast, I don't know, let loose like 8 bolts and do a substantial amount of damage. Also, people don't use it this way. Don't pretend that you do. If you do, if you genuinely do, that's cool. You can comment it, but I'm not going to be like, wow, well, I'm happy. But, you know, you don't have to waste your time saying, like, I do that. Because, I mean, I did, but then found it didn't really heal that much, so I just went back to handguns. But, yeah, high fire rate damage, and because it's been given away in a bunch of events, a lot of people have it, and because it's a decent weapon, like, there's OP weapons, which everyone pretty much uses, and then you've got decent weapons, like the dual water pistols. People just go back to it and be like, oh yeah, I remember using this gun, it was pretty good. So then, yeah, they obviously use it, and every now and then you'll just have a little phase of people using it. But it's not OP. I think it's pretty cool when people start using it, so yeah, that's that. In 4th place, we have the normal bow. It used to be a lot more annoying than it actually is now, but it's still pretty strong. A one shot across the map, it does have to be fully charged to actually reach across the map, but you can one shot at close range if you just keep loose firing. And it pretty much has no reload. Like, the animation to start a shot is basically the reload. So it's incredible. But the reason it's there is because there's a lot more one-shot bows now that are a lot more reliable. But it's still annoying. It still only costs 20 gold to, I think it's level 50 or above players. And you can buy it for a bit more gold if you want to get it early. Like, it's like, oh, you're not this level yet, but if you spend a bit more gold, we'll give it you. So, yeah, it's way too strong. I used to use it ages ago, when I didn't really know it was OP, because I just saw one guy use it once, I was like, oh, that's cool. But then after a bit, I was like, yeah, this is OP. That was mainly more on my old account that got deleted. But, yeah, the bow. Number 4 of the bow category. And I think that's basically the only, like, normal weapon that's actually been in its own category. So, like, we've not had the normal revolver or the dual pistols. We've not had the normal machine gun. So, that's a pretty good thing for it to hit. But that's kind of annoying because of the access of it. I mean, you don't see people use it as much now because there's a lot more OP guns. But it's still a pretty reliable long-range one-shot. And there's events like the archery tournament, it relies on it, so it'll get used a lot then and you'll get annoyed then. For number 3, after I fight this dude. Ah, yes. Wait, Alright, yes, I do know what I've gone for then. We've got the incredible bow, mainly because it's a lot more reliable than the bow. It looks pretty cool. I regret not trying to get it that one time it was free. It's got more shots in the mag, so I think you can fire them quicker, and I don't know if you have to charge as much. I don't think you do. I remember the clothes once. I think it was some Sandman legs that weapons charge quicker. That was insane on the bow. You could just quick fire like crazy. But anyway, this is a lot more reliable. It's a better one shot. If someone comes up close, it does have an active skill of just like hitting them with the bow, taking them down. So that's very useful, obviously. So it's a lot more consistent and it works better. So next up I've gone for the Toxic Hang Bow, which is currently in a paid for bundle. It was only really out at the beginning of the year, and I didn't play that event because I didn't have enough storage for the game, but you still sometimes see it. It's basically just the post-toxic crossbow. But, yes, a strong, again, toxic, so it's got impeccable range, toxic element, which is like the strongest, so it'll whittle people down a lot from afar, and yeah, it's annoying. But the reason it's only second, well, I say only second, but it's the second out of 5, that's impressive. But yeah, it's not really seen much, and to be honest, there's not many bows that people use. Like, I have the shark bow, but the normal bow's better, because that's a one-shot, whereas this is a two-shot that you have to be more accurate for, and it does slow, but it's like, what's the point in slowing when you can just straight up kill? But yeah, the Toxic Hang, decent gun, is just not seen much, and it's paid for, and that leads us on nicely to number 1, because people instead of that use the post-toxic crossbow, as it's free to play available, just as strong if not stronger, I'd say. Rapid fire, again toxic, and good range, so you'll get hit far from it. It's it's the second cheapest zombie weapon, and with the amount of events given out, like 20 Zombinite is a reward now, people will get 200 in no time. Especially if they're grinding on zombies as well. They'll get the full 200, get a big gun, get you from afar, decimate everyone. Well, not everyone, but it's very strong and it's toxic based, so you know. Right, so I'm just gonna quickly go onto my notepad. We've got the ARs. So, yeah. We've got the... Hang on, let me just scroll upwards and then... Yeah, we've got the... I can't remember what it's called, but it's like... Flame assault rifle thing. The reason that's there is because it's come in a lot of bundles, like... Because you get your bundles that you can buy for real money. But then there's bundles of bundles, where you get like 6 bundles for like, I don't know, 20 quid or something. So... it's come in a lot of them, so a lot of people end up having it. It's also been one of them guns like the Toxic Shotgun, where it's been sold for cheap in events, and yeah, people end up having it a lot. And because of that, you'll just see people with it every now and then. Now, I know I've not been giving fire much credit, but it is a lot of extra damage, and it does slow down. And it's got good range, so people can hit you from quite... Oh, by the way, I was going to say, there aren't many OP assault rifles in my opinion. So, yeah, you'll get hit from far away, get slowed down, you'll be damaged a lot over time, and they can just keep hitting you. And with it being rapid fire, assault rifles are often quite reliable in most range. I'd say that's their thing. They're not very strong, but they're quite reliable. So then for number 4, I think I've gone for the exact same gun. Yes. Like with the handgun, they did the thing where they've done the same gun, but like toxic, I think. I think they did. I hope I'm not imagining this. But yeah, I think they did. And obviously, there's not much more to say apart from toxic does more damage. Like, one hit, and then you've been cursed with toxic, you're done for. So, yeah, that's that. And then, next up on the list, guys, I don't know why I didn't look just then, we have got the Incursion Ram. Now, the Incursion Ram fires at a crazy fire rate, and it's about a 3 or 4 shot from what I've seen. It's insane. Like, the amount of damage it does, and with the fire rate, it's like crazy. The reason it's third though is because oftentimes it's an expensive gun. Like, you can only really get it in a bundle that costs like 20 quid. And although people do get very strong armor with it as well, the main thing about this being third is that yeah, the main reason this is third is because, like, you just don't see it that much, and it's not that strong. Like, it's annoying, but it's not that strong. Like, most of the time when you're getting annoyed by it, it's because a hacker uses it. I know a few hackers that use it, which is annoying. But yeah, not many people use it. It's not that easy to get, so that's why it's only third. But I've actually seen it a lot more this year than I have on my old account last year. And on my very, very old account, like the first year this game around, I think it's 2015. So then my next one is the Flaky machine guns. And I also put / the dual Flaky machine gun. They're pretty similar. It's just a very fast fire rate. Water-based weapon, so hella slow. You can't use gadgets, you can't use skills. It's basically rendered you useless apart from your trusty weapon. But the amount of damage that comes out of these things is insane. And I think one of them, if not both, has the ink blot. So they can kind of blind you as well. So then you can't see, you can't use grenades, you can't use gadgets, you can't use skills. So then you've just got a gun and you have to blind fire. And to be honest, as soon as you get hit by it, you're gonna be dead. The fire rate and damage is insane. But the only reason that's second is because it's not been given away for free or anything. It's never been cheap, so not loads of people have the gun. That's why number 1 is the Rainbow's End. A gun that's come out a lot, like, it's come out cheap a lot, so a lot of people have it. Reliable gun, can go with any loadout, pretty much, and unless it's element based. It's just a normal gun, relies on base damage. It's an old gun, so lots of people have it. It's come out a lot cheap, but it's come out cheap a lot as well. So yeah, that's one big factor in this being first, is that the availability of the gun and the amount of people who own it is insane. And then it's about like a 4-5 shot, but it's an assault rifle, so that's going to be pretty quick. It's going to be quick enough for it to be a lethal weapon. So they're the assault rifles. I hope you agree with them. If not, again, I'd love to see your comments on it. And next category, we have the top 5 launchers. So, the dual snowball launchers, only really seen them recently. I think they did come out ages ago. Correct me if I'm wrong though. I think I am wrong, to be honest. But yeah, they can be quite strong, a bit annoying, but this is another one of them categories where you only ever really see like 3 launchers ever get used, and then it's kind of hard to come up with others. And yeah, so that's just kind of there. I don't really know what to say about it. It's water, I think, so I guess it slows you down, which is annoying. But yeah, that's that. So next one we have the Thumper, a very old gun. It's renowned for being annoying. I mean, it's not. It's like the bow. I'm doing terrible there. I'm getting destroyed by bots. Jesus. But yeah, it's just one of them again, like the bow. It used to be really annoying, and you'd hate everyone who used it. But now it's just like no one uses it because we've got new things like the fire spar and the post heavy skull. So yeah, but it's still good. I quite enjoy using it, like, especially when you stand up there and you launch a grenade all the way into that corner of the map and blow someone up. That's like the most satisfying thing. And I think that's why it still gets like a decent amount of use compared to other guns. So yeah, that's a great weapon. I like it, and it is typically a one-shot. So next up we've got yeah, Flagon. Again, a gun that used to be amazing. Well, I say amazing, but a gun that used to be OP, and it's still. It never got nerfed. It's just that other things came out that are more reliable and just as strong. It's got speed. Now this might actually be a handgun, so if I'm wrong, just use the big flare gun, or is that a minigun? Just count whichever flare gun's a launcher, because I think they're all pretty similar. And you've got dual flare gun, so this is basically counting all flare guns. You got the normal one, which is fast, and same with dual, although the dual fires more ammo, but it's not as reliable. You got the big one, so you can just sit from far and launch them across the map. Big fire-based explosion, so again, slowing down. Just a lot of damage. I mean, I'm not even sure if it does that much fire. I know it just does damage. And it's quite a lot of damage. Then you've got like your rifle one, so it's just an all-round explosion fire-based weapon. So it's a bit weird because I don't think anyone really knows why it's so good. It's just a reliable fire explosion gun with a good amount of damage. I think it's like an all-rounder, but it's an above-average all-rounder. And by that I mean whereas an all-rounder would be okay at everything, this is like above average at everything. So I think that's mainly why. And then due to all the different forms, like I'm seeing a lot more of the big heavy flare gun more than any other flare gun. Like you used to see the normal one, like literally everyone would use it. But now everyone uses just the big heavy one, and to be honest, I don't really know why. Because you can get like all of them in a £3 bundle, and you'd think a lot of people would buy that, but obviously they haven't. But yeah, it's just one of them again. Old gun, really good, don't really see it anymore. And that seems to be a lot with launchers, because rocket launcher used to be, bazooka, used to be amazing. Everyone would use that, but like no one does now. So yeah, I think launchers have kind of become a bit useless and no one really uses them anymore. So next up we've got the Fluffinator. I despise that thing. It's basically, it fires explosive flashbangs if one of the unicorns hit. My only concern with this one is that I think it might be a handgun. I've put it in launcher, so hopefully it is a launcher. But Spike skin mastery right there. But yeah, it's just really annoying. I'd say these top 2 are actually annoying weapons to go against. Some of the flare gun can be, depends on the playstyle, but these 2, like the Fluffinator is so irksome. They can go at high speeds, just chucking unicorns everywhere, and they bounce as well. So one will just bounce around the corner, hit you, and then you're stunned, and then if you get hit again and survive, you're again stunned and blind. And this is like worse than water stun. You can't even fire. You just have to watch yourself die, and then you'll just keep getting hit until you die. So, yeah. This is like the medic, well, the healer one. And then last, we've got the Sea Dog Cannon. Now, this isn't that bad. To be honest, I think the Fluffinator might as well be number one. But the Sea Dog Cannon is annoying because it gets used a lot. The splash damage is insane. Like, you'll just see a distant Sea Dog Cannon shot in the distance. It's like, oh, it hit that house. Oh, no, it killed my team. And then you'll just see the splash damage come all the way across the map and touch you and you'll die. So, I mean, that's obviously exaggeration. It's not that bad. But it's got a really good amount of splash. To be honest, I wouldn't say it's that OP. Because of the mobility restriction and stuff like that. But, and the ammo restriction. But it's water-based, so if you somehow survive, you're slow, can't use skills, gadgets, or grenades. And then on top of that, it's just the Dragon Breath Cannon reskin. If you know how strong the Dragon Breath Cannon is ages ago, it's basically a modern, updated version of that. So, yeah, that thing's going to get you from afar, get all your team from afar, and even though you might not think, oh, that thing demolished us like you would with certain guns, or demolished me, in team versus, if that's the sort of mode that you play, because that's what I like to play. I like being a team player. And I do like being healer, but you can't really in this game. But anyway, yeah, that's oftentimes the reason why you're getting spawn camped before spawns, like, change up a bit. Because, yeah, you'll be trying to avoid it, obviously. And if they keep hitting one bit of cover, and you get destroyed behind the cover due to splash, then you're not going to go there. And then if they keep hitting a corner, you're going to have to try and escape the other way where the rest of their team most likely is. So, I thought he died. So if they get high up and keep launching them miles, so you can't really hit them without getting demolished yourself, and like they can keep hitting you, or just at least your area. Even if they don't kill you, they're the reason that your team's getting spawn camped most likely, because it really restricts where your team can go, and it does change the pace of the game. It makes it a lot slower for your team, because you have to think, right, where can I go without getting destroyed by that? And then when I am stuck, where can I go where I don't get killed by the rest of the team? And oftentimes, the answer's nowhere. You're just going to get killed. So in them circumstances, I just tend to rush out and try and get a 1-for-1. But even if you can't, you're just going to get, like, trapped by that thing. So even though you might not think it's as good as it is, if you think about them scenarios and how often they actually happen, which is actually more than you think on certain times, you will think, actually, yeah, I can see why that's first, because it does lead to a lot of spawn camping and a lot of being trapped, which isn't fun. So that's why it's an annoying weapon, because, yeah, that's another thing with these weapons. They might not be the strongest, but this is the most troublesome, annoying weapons list. So then they don't have to be strong, they just have to be ones that just annoy you. Well, me, because it's my list. So, as you can see, there's a top 10 overall right here. So at number 10, we've got, in fact, I can just read it off, because I've already said why all of these are on the lists. So top 10, Sea Dog Cannon, not the strongest, very good still. I'd recommend using it if you have it. I unfortunately don't, because I didn't play that event. But yeah, leads to a lot of spawn camping, so it's annoying. And even if it doesn't, it's just a very strong weapon anyway. Number 9, we've got the poison handgun. To be honest, with number 9 and 10, I didn't really know what to put. But it's a poison weapon, innit? They're just gonna whittle your health down instantly. Oh, by the way, if I ever do another list video, I won't keep coming on to here. It's just that I forgot that it's New Year's, and I thought I need to make a video. So this is it, and this is why I keep coming back. So in future, these videos will be better. Number 8, we have the fan gun. I could see it being a lot higher up. It's just that people don't really have the gun or use the gun over others. Number 7, Fire Spitter. It's a bit more obsolete nowadays, but it's still way too strong, and it's been given away like 3 or 4 times now. It's been sold cheap, so, and in a lot of bundles, so people have it a lot. And just, it's kind of hard to counter when they're going like incredibly fast and just shredding through you all without even looking at you, to be honest. Then we've got at 6, the Mascaleon or Mascaleon. Very, very, like, it's just incredibly versatile. The amount of different ways you can use it and the amount of damage it can do is incredible. Post heavy, very well. It's been used way too much. It's way too strong for how easy it is to get, and that's basically ruining servers because pretty much everyone has it. For the Ignis Blaster, this is similar to the fan gun. In fact, if I go to my shotguns, it is only one below the fan gun, mainly because it's not that easy to get. But again, with that weird thing that I always find with it, most of the time you don't even realise you've been hit by it, and it does cause panic amongst your team. 3, the Postable Barrel, way too easy to get, way too much damage, way too much range. Same with the Toxic Shotgun. And 1, the Fire Spatter, it's able to be used in a lot more events, a lot more damage on initial impact, and it's got the slowing effect of fire, because where the others are boosted because they have Toxic, this just has straight up damage and it can slow due to fire. So if you get hit by it, you're not going to get into cover in time, most likely. So, I do hope you enjoyed. Remember, the first part's going to get uploaded after this, so if you missed that and you've watched the second part and ignored me at the beginning, don't worry about it. Go ahead and watch that now if you want, or yeah, just do whatever. Hope you all have a great new year. Hope you've enjoyed this year. If you don't mind subscribing, I may start asking for subscribers now because I do want to get higher in subscribers. If I can get more people, because there's a lot of things I want to do that rely on me having a lot of viewers. So like group things like, hey, you want to play this game while I'm streaming? But like obviously, if I don't have more people, then I can't get people to play with me. So I hope you enjoyed. If you agree or disagree, feel free to comment. Really don't mind. And I'll see you guys in the new year, which will probably be tomorrow, because I think there's a new Mario Kart Tour, multiplayer Mario Kart Tour, new Respawnables event. So I don't know how much of that I'll cover in tomorrow, but I'll definitely cover something. So I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.